of Anything Goes, Bump in the Night. My name is Meghanne.
I'm Allana.
And we are two close friends that are also neighbors, so don't worry about the corona situation currently. We basically live together anyway, so we're counting that out at this moment. And we've been thinking for a long time and been talking about, joking about like doing a podcast because we really enjoy talking to each other. We really enjoy very similar things as well. We're also very spooky. Spooky season. So things are changing, new life paths are happening, so we're just trying to do something that we enjoy for once. And not what other people enjoy. So
that is the truth.
Is the truth. So for this first episode, we really just want to introduce ourselves to you all. We're both from East Tennessee. We're not currently living there, but that's where our origin is from. So all of my East Tennesseans, hello. To those I like, hi. To those I don't, goodbye. I'll see you next time. Anything you'd like to contribute to the Tennessee conversation real quick?
I don't really know. I know I'm very awkward.
She's not awkward. It's just her first time on camera, and it is awkward for anybody. But we're also both Scorpios, so that doesn't help the situation whatsoever.
That is true.
It is true. So this podcast can be just about anything, which is why it is Anything Goes. And is also why Bump in the Night, because we spooky, as we talked about earlier.
We try to talk about spooky things.
We try to talk about spooky things. So it could be anything, or it could be a spooky anything. So those are your options. If you're not interested in either, thank you so much for tuning in. And have a nice evening. But for now, we're going to kind of talk about, I guess, kind of like why we wanted to do this spooky setting in the first place, and some of our own personal experiences with spooky encounters, and why we're interested in the paranormal, I guess. These experiences are partially why I'm interested, because, I guess I've just always had. Have you always had just like an interest in the occult, I suppose? Because I kind of have.
Yeah, and sometimes shit just like happens and you're just like,
but why?
What the heck?
But what the heck?
Yeah, so it's just curiosities and things that have happened that you want like an answer to, like why did this happen? Just looking into stuff.
Well, the morbid curiosity in the paranormal has always been something that I've had. Did you ever like watch those like the ghost hunting shows on TV?
Yes.
Yes. What was your favorite one?
Honestly, I didn't really have a favorite. If it was just like on, I watched it.
Yeah.
But we've been watching the BuzzFeed ones recently. So I'm obsessed.
You were talking about that the other day.
Yeah. I don't remember what it's actually called, but I just know it's BuzzFeed.
I just know it's BuzzFeed.
we watch the one that's the ghost one, but then we watch one that's like murder stories and stuff. So.
Yeah, like true crime, which we will also be including in our own. We're going to talk about not just spooky things, but true crime is a little spooky, so we were going to be talking about that a little bit as well. So one of my favorite shows growing up was like Ghost Adventures. Yeah. Now the one that introduced me when I was really young, because I am a little bit older than Allana, so there are things that I might remember that she may not have been very, old enough to remember. Yes. But, like, I remember when Ghost Hunters first came out, like the TV show Ghost Hunters.
I did watch that for a while.
Yes, my dad was really into it, actually, and, my dad wasn't in my life for a long time, but when he was in my life, I really enjoyed all the stuff that he enjoyed, which was, like, aliens, the paranormal, like, ghost hunting shows, like, he always had those on, so I was always super interested, because I was like, ghosts? Are they real? I want to know, but then as I got older, I think Ghost Adventures became the most popular one. Yeah. Like Zach Brannigan or whatever his name is.
That's the one that's always on TV, so.
He's such a fucking, like, what's the word? He's so, also, I'm sorry, I curse. So, there will be cursing.
It is what
so,
it is.
If that's something that you're not interested in, I totally understand. Feel free to click off.
Explicit content.
But yeah, no, so Zach Brannigan, he's always so, like, he's always trying to, like, berate the ghosts and everything, like, come here, you know, and I always thought that was a little risky. It's not what I would have done.
That's how the BuzzFeed one is too. That's why I like that one. But
it's funny to me because I'm like, your ass gonna get haunted.
There's always one that's like super scared, and then there's one that's like, come out in ghosts, and you're just like, oh my god.
It's the formula.
Yeah, that's the formula. That's how it happens.
Exactly.
So I think that's what we should do. One of us needs to be the scared one.
That's what I'm saying.
One needs to be like, come fuck with me, ghosts.
I'll be the Zach Brannigan.
Hey, ghosts.
Hey, ghosts, come at me. No, I when it comes to ghosts and spirits, and genuinely, like, some of the stuff we're going to be talking about today, I'm always very respectful, because I do be a little afeared.
Yes.
Just like a tiny bit. It's not just afraid, but, like, also I do have a certain amount of respect for, you know, ghosts and, you know, people that were once us, you know, we're all the same thing in my head, in my opinion. So it's like, I would never want to be disrespectful to a human. Why would I be disrespectful to a dead human?
Yeah, that would be really
that's not everyone's mindset, but that's mine.
Yeah. That's too much.
So do you want to start us off with, we're going to start with some ghost stories, and then we're going to kind of get into, like, other just paranormal or just kind of strange experiences that we've experienced, you know? So do you want to start us off with your first little story?
Okay. So, the first, like, ghost story that came to my head, I guess, was when I was at boot camp. We stayed in these barracks that were, like, they were older barracks to, I'm not trying to say, like, where I went to boot camp at or anything, but, like, I know some people are already gonna know, but, like, anyways, the barracks that we stayed in for, like, the first little bit that I was there, like, first 2 months, let's say.
Yeah.
They were, like, really freaking old.
Yeah.
And they were kind of sketchy because they were, like...
And it's a military,
like,
you know, unit. So, like, just so many stuff has happened.
It's not the best.
No.
It's not, like, the high-quality barracks. But
not high quality.
It's fine. It is what it is. I enjoyed it, but there were some nights where I would be, like... on fire watch, and some shit would happen, and it was kind of fucking creepy. And then we ended up going to the range, and we figured out why that was happening. One of our range coaches told us a story. He was like, yeah, so basically one time back, I don't remember the date or anything, but one time several years ago, there was a drill instructor, and he got all the recruits, took them on a night patrol, and then they drowned. I've heard two versions of the story, though. I've heard sometimes that they've drowned in one of the lakes. Yeah. And I've also heard that they got eaten by crocodiles or alligators, whatever.
Oh, yeah, you said that the other day.
Yeah. So I don't know the actual, like, what happened to them, but I know they died. Right. So sometimes you see shit in the barracks there. And
what kind of stuff did you see?
So I personally saw that one night someone run across the back of the squad bay. I was in the front of the squad bay.
Like, what did you see? Was it just like did you just see the movement?
I saw a darker figure that looked like a person.
Oh, okay.
Run across the back, and I heard the footsteps. And I was the only one out there because the two other girls that were, like, on watch with me were in the bathroom. Yeah. So I was out there alone, and I was like,
oh no!
What? And I should, honestly, at first I was like, get back in bed. What are you doing?
Like, you're not thinking about it because you're like, oh, it's a person. I mean, you're surrounded by people all day. Of course you think it's a person. I came around there
with my flashlight or whatever, and I was like, there's no one on this side. Like, where they ran to. And I was like, they must have got back in their racks. So I walked down there. Everyone was, like, asleep. So I was like, either someone's fucking with me or, like...
Which is entirely possible, but not necessarily plausible.
but, like, who's gonna do that? Like, we're all exhausted, we're all tired.
Exactly. No one's thinking about being up at, like, 1 a.m. trying to fuck with people, necessarily.
So, I forgot about it for a little while, and then, like, a few weeks later, I heard someone else talking about the same thing happening to them. And I was like, that happened to me. And then a few other girls were like, that happened to me, too. That happened to me. So we were all just like... Well, I guess we all saw this ghost thing or whatever, and it was pretty fucking weird.
That's pretty fucking unexplainable. I don't like it.
I've heard some people say that they've seen, like, handprints on the ceiling. Yeah. That's, like, the recruits trying to climb out of there or whatever.
Oh, no! Yeah. I don't like that.
There's a lot going on in those barracks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I know. I think some people said they heard like screaming, but I never heard that. I haven't heard that from a lot of people.
Right,
so I don't know
right.
if that's true, but
well, and there's just because there's a ghost story out there doesn't mean every single part of the ghost story is true. Because people want to exacerbate things and make it seem more woo than it actually is. You know what I'm saying?
But I did that one night. After that, I was like,
you're like, maybe it do be a little real.
no shit.
No shit, huh?
I was like, oh my god.
That's awesome. And the thing is, like, I've never had such a straight on experience like that.
Yeah.
So that's like a lot.
Well, that's happened to me a few times where I've like seen things and like
I've witnessed things, but I've never seen them straight on like that.
I've seen things, but then sometimes I like second guess myself. Well, every single time I second guess myself.
As a normal person would.
Because
you would
I'm
just be like, oh, ghost, you know.
Yeah,